So they are actually giving like a notice, like some people can go out, but it's very risky now. That is the thing, because a lot of people are not like taking the precautionary measures, wearing a mask, so it's spreading more. So
Oh,
it's better to, yeah. So we are just being home, and because the cases also, it was like 800 1 week before, and now it's like 1,500 every day. So we're just trying to be careful, and yeah, so that's why.
so 1,500 every day.
Day, so in just in my city, and Bombay
Just
and Delhi. Yeah,
wow. But
Bombay is the most.
those are the three biggest cities anyway, no?
Three. Yeah, it's very much
Mm.
affected. Yes.
And the family and everybody is fine with you.
All okay, sir. Dad and mom are here. My sister lives in Singapore, so she's fine there. And granddad also, he's like 5 minutes away from my house. So, yeah, everything is fine. Yeah. How was everything
Wow.
there in Florida?
Well, here is very everything is very spread out. Florida is not like a Miami is a big city, or Orlando, Tampa, but Naples is all resorts and all spread out. You've been here, and so it's not so many centers where the people can connect. Maybe supermarkets, maybe restaurants, but is people here is trying to come back to normal life, and things are going more smooth here. For we are lucky, and it's being also now it started the rainy season, so in the mornings
Yeah.
is sunny, but then in the afternoons rain. So a lot of the people in Florida, they are not staying here for this time of the year. So
Okay.
it's pretty empty at the moment. They went up north,
Okay.
and the people, so it's the schools are not, they finish, and we
Okay.
last week we had graduation, virtual
Yeah, you told me.
graduation, and
Okay. Okay.
the lucky part for us is that since we live here in the premises, you've been here with us in Florida,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. So it's
and
no problem. Inside, no
yeah,
problem. Yeah. That's
yeah, so we live like in a cloud, and so
yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't exit, and we are able to train and to do different things. But slowly we are reopening. We did reopen the gym, and next week we
That's
will
nice.
open the medical center. But we're
That's
here
good.
to talk about you and about Ramkumar, and tell us a bit about Ramkumar and Ramkumar's story. Tell us about you.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, yeah, when I was like 14, 15, I started off like with the juniors. So yeah, first I have to thank my dad for like putting me into tennis, because he wanted to play and come up as a player, but he was not supported so much by his parents, because it was not easy, and so he wanted me to pursue something. So, because of that, he put me in tennis, and I started liking tennis. So that's how it all started. I slowly started playing, national tournaments, and I started winning a few, and I was always a fighter on court, like trying to uh, fight a lot and give my best, and I was winning a lot of nationals in India, and then I got selected for the Junior Davis Cup under 14 by the National Association, and yeah, that's pretty much the journey, sir. So it all started there, and then when I won, so I went for the Junior Davis Cup when I was 14. We finished eighth in the world on the under 16, so it was like a record we did. And right after that, I played the Junior Nationals under 18 in my city, which is one of the most important tournaments in India. And I actually won that tournament, and that's when our association, Karthi, and everyone, Tamil Nadu Association, spotted me, and the guy who made the finals, Mohit Mayur. So we were all, we both were sent to Sanchez Casal. Of course, that's how I came to Sanchez, and yeah, it all started there. Right after when we won the nationals, we were sent to Sanchez in Barcelona, Sanchez Casal Academy, and yeah, I still remember the first day I was there. Myself, and my friend were there, and we had the morning practice, so we reached that evening. So the next day, Casal was like feeding balls for us for 2 hours. In the morning, he was showing us all the drills, and then he was volleying us in the evening, and we were dying. We couldn't. After 1 hour, we were dead. We lost breath. Like we couldn't do it more, but we couldn't say anything. So we were playing, and we kept playing, and we were dead in the dinner that night. Like we were asking each other what's going on. Like we couldn't do it, and we slept and we didn't wake up the next day. We slept off till 12 o'clock. They were searching for us. Like Casal was like, where are these guys, Indian boys? Are they fine? They spoke to all of them, and then we came running from the bungalows, and then yeah, that's how it was so tough. That first 2 weeks actually was extremely tough. With tennis, with the fitness, but I mean that taught us a big lesson, and we slowly started playing a lot of tournaments. And you were also like coming, like you were there for for some tennis coaching on court, and then you said let's go and play for like one of those days, and then you were telling us how to use the back foot to transfer and hit and everything. So I still remember those days. I mean, and we were enjoying. After 1 or 2 weeks, we were enjoying it. Like all we did was wake up, tennis, fitness, food, tennis, fitness every day. So I mean, we didn't get this in India at all, and because in India it's tough. Like everything is spread out. In Sánchez, everything is in one place. Everything is more like they focus on exactly what to do. Fitness is taken care, this visualization, everything is there. So we really loved it. So the first 2 months, even though it was tough, it was like a really good thing which happened to me. I would never regret in my life. One of the best things. And so we went back. So I played a few this Monty tournaments, Catalana tournaments, and then I was winning a few. And that time Danny Poyo was there. He was taking us to all these small tournaments. And Fago was there, so he was also taking us to all these tournaments. Yeah, so Angel, of course, he's with the cap, he's feeding the balls, he's not stopping. We are like, we both are praying when he's going to stop. He never stops. So it just kept going and going. And then when we went back, we told our association, we really want to go back. This is what we want. So they really trusted us, and they sent me back. For 1 year fully to, be there. So then I started playing a lot of tournaments, and then, you came, I even remember you came to one of those tournaments in Sabadell or somewhere where I lost in 3 sets, and when Karthi was there and everyone was there, I mean, I lost easily, but I mean, those years, are priceless, like, it has taught me so much. Because of those years, I'm who I am today. Yeah.
But let's go a bit. I know that you came to Spain, and when we'll talk later about what ASC gave you, but or what you, apart from the experience itself of being there or training or the back foot or so.
Okay.
But tell us about you, like if you would have to sell yourself, how is Ramkumar as a person?
I'm I have a lot of things to improve. I think with the time I'm little off most of the times. But otherwise, I try to be nice as much as I can. Sometimes I think I'm too nice, and I get caught. But otherwise, I'm very happy. And in which way, sir? I don't know. You can go a little bit in detail. Like in which way you're asking? I'm not able to.
So like how is Ramkumar?
You know me.
You have an opportunity now. You have an opportunity to show yourself to the public and to the people, and everybody asks you things about the tennis and so. But here, I think we know each other, and I would like that you show the Ramkumar like the other day, I was going around social media, and then I go and I see you that with this you were
Oh,
singing,
singing.
and I
Yeah,
see you like
yeah.
interview someone. No? So like for you, like if you will have to say, well, the first thing that Ramkumar is, what is like the biggest, strongest? Like you are a very religious guy. You thank your parents already. You thank us. But how? What is your biggest, let's say, weapon as a person?
Okay, how am I as a person? Yeah, so I would say, like I am very religious, I write my prayer book every time after my shower, and whenever I'm in my, I think I even have it now. Like, so this is the book I write. It's always with me wherever I go. So, I'm very like religious and I believe in God, and I mean, I believe in hard work. I think that's the most important thing in life, and of course, I also believe like you make a lot of mistakes, but it's all about you're learning from it, and with like learning from your mistakes, with the guidance, with the right people, uh, trying to, and for me, I strongly believe that, it just flows. Like, if I have to get somewhere, if something has to happen, uh, it, there is a way, and I feel that, God takes you there, and I mean, I feel it's all about like persevering, and all about commitment. What Sanchez has taught me, writing my diaries whenever I feel down. So many things, like also my parents, I have to thank a lot, because without them I will not be where I am. And also, everything happened like so fast. When I won the nationals, they sent me to Sanchez. And whenever I come to Sanchez, I've told this 100 times, but it just feels great to be there. And even my mom came 2 years back, or 1.5 years back. I just showed my mom around, and it's a great feeling. Sergi is there, always helping in the
And he's saying
cafeteria.
hello. He just joined
Oh,
the
oh,
conversation
okay.
around. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
So
amazing. Yeah.
he's
So,
saying hello. A lot of the people is joining
yeah,
now that you know.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
um,
Sergi is there in the food area. I mean, Casal is always around. Angel. I mean, oof. Sanchez has given me a lot, to be honest. And so whenever like I could, I'm going to Barcelona, or even now, in Naples. You take care of me so well. I mean, I'm staying there. I'm playing in the morning, playing in the evening, traveling Del Rey Beach. Woa came with me. Hector came with me. I mean, I'm really blessed to have you all. And I mean, the journey will keep going. And I think now, during these tough times, I don't know. I mean, it's the same for everyone. So I think we should all stay positive, and
yeah.
yeah. But as a
So
person, I
so
would say, yeah, just be
what
kind.
what
I
what
mean,
it
that's the
gave you
key.
like this time when so Ramkumar is being developing and junior and these stories come to science, and then you went on the tour and you live on the tour for a while, and you've been fighting there, you've been on the edge all the time, and now suddenly probably you
Goals.
had a lot of goals for
Yeah, yeah,
2020, and suddenly this happens, and okay, you've been training at home, but how much this situation has helped you personally to be able to continue? How much?
actually, a lot. So, I play like around 40 weeks every year. I travel a lot. I've been, not been home at all. Been maybe barely a week or two here or there. Parents keep calling me back, but I'm like, I'm playing the next week, and then it keeps going. But I mean, I've learned a lot on tour. Uh, you know, so many things on court, off court. I even remember, when I was in Mexico, I had a stretch of a lot of losses. And, I lost to this Australian guy who's like 20 now, third set 6-4. And then, you had texted me, you're there, Ramkumar. I mean, all these are the ones which pushes you. And I think for everyone, who's watching this live, I think it's all about learning and actually, this lockdown has really helped me, to be at home, to look into so many things. I've never been this much at home to see, to help my parents in whatever way I can, and to see, how many people are struggling in these tough times, to at least help them in whatever way we can. There's so many fundraisers my friends have put. And we're trying to give a lot of rice and the basic needs the dal like the basic food and everything, so that they don't stay hungry. And we also have this fun workout group, sir, every day at 5 p.m. Indian time. It's been happening for the last 80 days. So it's I started this for all these players. It was just an initiative. We were just talking on the phone, myself and Bopana, and
He's
we
there.
should do some.
Popana just sign in. Say, you can say hello to him. He's
Okay,
listening to us.
hi, Bobs. Yeah. So yeah, we just started off with all my friends here, and so every day at 5 p.m. we do this core workout on Zoom. So this app called Zoom. Uh, so it started off with 10 people, and now we have like around 70 people on the group.
Wow.
And yeah, and every day at least 30 people to 35 people come to do this fitness. And Bopana is there. Sania comes sometimes. Purav Raja, my doubles partner, last 6 months I've been playing with him. So he's also been joining, a good friend of mine. And yeah, there's so many, all Indians, and also a few from Turkey are joining, few French guys are joining,
I'm good.
So yeah, we've been doing this, and also 1 hour I've been doing my workout separately. Derek, I've been following Derek on Instagram, so I've been trying to get a few workouts from
Did you see
there.
did you see the YouTube videos from the
Yeah,
series that we put?
I've been following. I've been seeing Simona's cakes. Amazing, sir.
Yes,
Amazing.
she discovered herself through this COVID, and she's
She's been
putting
making
together, because before she
pasta,
was like
cake. Amazing.
you being at home, so you know that she
Yeah,
cooks very
yeah.
well, all
So
the
well,
dishes, pasta and fish and so on. So, but
yeah.
she never cooked cakes before.
But
So,
I think
but she discovered this passion for the
20
cakes, and
cakes.
now.
She kept it in a line, and sent the photo I saw 20 in a line in a row.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
for the graduation, she just
Yeah.
put everything there, and she was really into it, and she's very inspiring, because you see that these bad things, for the people, can find also something that they really love, and now she's all geared up, and she wants to start
Yeah.
to because here in Naples there is not so many people who does good cakes. It's all very commercial and
It's not.
industrial, and the materials are not so good, and she uses plain materials, so she wants to start to put them up on the
That's so good.
and maybe offer them to the public and everything. So it's good.
That's true. And also, yeah, sir. And also, like you asked, what you have learned during these tough times. One more thing, what I've learned is it's not only about tennis. It's the life is not only tennis. There's so many more things other than tennis. So that's one thing which I really have learned during these tough times. If you don't have tennis, so what was the other backup? What is the other thing which I can focus on? What new can I learn? So all these things, like when you saw in the music, it's not about of me singing. I sing terrible, so that's out of the equation. But I try to get all these the juniors to come on live, to open up, because they all sing really well. And then, once they come once, and then they want to come, and they're open. So that's why I started off this thing every Sunday at 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, singing with my friends from the core workout group. And then Bopana comes in, so they're happy. one day Dennis
So
Shapovalov came.
I'm taking your time from that
No, no,
today.
no, 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 sir. Today is off day. Today is off. Sir, but yeah, but
So maybe you
yeah,
can do
you
some singing now. Maybe you can do some
no, no.
singing now.
The 17 people who are watching will run away. So I'm not. I'm not.
Run away. No,
Yeah.
no, no. So,
Yeah.
so
So that's
Ramkumar,
why.
tell us a bit about yourself, about your game. So what are your biggest strengths on your game, technically, tactically, physically, mentally?
Sir,
What
before
are
that,
your strengths?
I want to ask you what you think Ramkumar can improve at. Like what
Okay.
better? Because I respect you. Like you know how much I respect you. So there's something I want to know. Like if it's okay for you. Yeah.
Well, I can go and I think that I can show your strengths, but and
Weakness
let's see.
is. It's okay. You can tell
We
everything,
can
sir.
go to
Everything.
the weaknesses and
You go
or
weakness
not
first
weaknesses
and then strength.
because you arrive to a point like if you being what is being your best ranking 105 104
111, sir. Yes, 111.
111, okay. So
Doubles now
I
101, sir. Yeah.
so
No,
I
not inside on. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
I really believe that you have a game that to be on the top 100, and you know that I told you many times, and that you were almost there. But with the tennis, you need to mix together the technical, the tactical, the physical, and the mental. And I think your technical is pretty good. So most of your shots are well fundamented. So I think you have an amazing serve that first and second serves, both of them, you are able to move in and arrive to the net. So when you are in really good physical shape, and then your serve does better, and you're going to the net is faster, and you cover more court, so you become more competitive. You always do it, but it's not about doing it normally. It's about doing it in the key moments. And those key moments, if you doubt a bit or if you are a bit slow, you will not arrive to volley on the proper position, because you have a way of play that is very demanding, especially today, because there is not so many people who serve and volley continuously. So in our time, we had a lot of people like you. So they were serve and volley, but we were not returning so well. So then
But
you had
now
more
everyone
chances.
is returning so well.
Yeah.
Correct.
So when you are not perfect, and then your main weapon, which is serve and volley, and then it lowers a bit the result. So if normally you win maybe on the 80% of serves. So when you are in very good shape and physically and mentally, maybe you arrive to 85 or 87 or something. So the more
Okay.
serves that you are consistently winning, the more safe you're gonna be. So then you're gonna be able to go to the returns or to the serves from the other one,
With
and then you are
confidence.
going to be much more loose. You're going to be able to be
Strength.
more on place.
Okay.
You know that we've been talking about this, and sometimes you try to over return, and in occasions you return very well, but then the second shots and third shots
Shot.
you lose the possibility of taking away the initiative. And in today's tennis, the key is to take away the initiative on the second, let's say on your second, on your third, on your fourth shot. That's when you have to start to push the other one, and that's when you go a bit far back. Then
I
you're
get
gonna
caught.
be grinding. So you always
Yeah, I even
be a
remember
great
sometimes when I
grinder.
do the return, you say like, step one step inside, because I go too
Well,
back and then I run
yeah,
back.
but only when you push the other one. So
I have to
why
play deep.
Djokovic is able to do that, because he plays so deep and with so much
Mm,
intention that the next shot is gonna
yes,
be he's gonna be opening the court. If
correct.
you play short with your return, and then your court is gonna be you're gonna have to run a lot.
That's very true.
Okay, and
Correct.
that's I think to the next, to go to the top 100, to the next level. That's the thing
You need to work on that.
that. But this is now you can see it more. It's a detail on your game. that is
I can
the
see.
same what's happening when I want to see you in Sabadell. You remember that you mentioned that? It was the same thing, but you do it more often then. You've been correcting that, but you didn't correct it in a way to be able to push the guy who is serving. And remember, the biggest players are the ones that they manage to win their serve on 80-90%, but they are also past like the 10, 15, 20% on the times they take away the initiative from the other. Another thing that you are a good fighter, but sometimes like you don't accept frustration so easily. So when you lose important points, and then
I keep thinking of the same point you're saying.
You stay on the past, and then when you stay on the past, you go more far. So instead
Mom
of
actually says the same thing. So also, no, in other things, like it's not in tennis, like some, like it's all
well,
connected.
because tennis, the amazing thing is that it's a reflection of who you are and a reflection of your character. So, and I always say that tennis teaches you how to play live matches better. So if you will improve this thing of not being affected by adversity and don't get frustrated for the things that don't come out, because you want to do everything perfect. You are kind of like you want to be perfectionist, but the perfection doesn't exist, and in tennis doesn't exist. I was talking to some people the other day, and there is this amazing chart that they were showing about the number ones, that the last 10 years, the number ones, okay, they win 55% of their points, and they were number ones.
Wow, so difference is 5%.
So then that means that they lose 45% of the points, the number one.
That's true.
So how good they are to lose almost half of the points and don't get frustrated.
Yeah, and then they still know they'll win the match with that 5%.
Yeah, so they know like a 50, like if they go 56, they have a much bigger chance to be number one. But obviously it's not only the points they win, because we want to. So if you go to the chart of their serves, they win almost 90% of their serves. But how many points they lose on their serves? So they almost lose some points, but they win the key ones. They win in the details. That those are the ones they win. So that like and when you start to understand that, you accept better losing points, and then you keep. So it's like if you're forgetting on your past, and when you forget the past, you only look on the future. So like now it's like this is like now. So look what everything that's happened these 3 months. But we are looking for the future. We are looking for the zone 0, well, the zone 1. Now in Spain, the zone 2. We all want to go out. We all want to open, because we are not remembering how much depressed we were 1 month ago, or how much this thing we couldn't sleep, or how much anxiety we had. We're looking for the future. So the tennis matches has to be like that, but that's the tough part. Only the really touched ones, and then they are able to. Yeah. So it's like they are experts on forgetting the past and forgetting point loss and mistakes, and they keep going and they continue and they keep pushing.
They have one clear vision. Like they want to do this, they want to go push him there, do this. So it keeps going for them. Like if they lose a point, doesn't matter. They know which are the next points. Like they build it up, like you said.
Yeah, and also for them is like they are on a competitive fight. So when you are on a fight, on a survival fight, if you miss one time, you fighting or you hunting or something. If you miss, the animal is gonna come to you. So it doesn't matter if you miss. You want to survive. So it's this survival stage where they don't want to miss, but if they miss, they forget, they go for the next one. And they keep fighting you, they keep pushing, and so it's like when there is this continuous situation where they
like pressure, they keep applying the pressure, and then they catch.
And the more they fight, the more they struggle, the more they love it.
So the more it gets tougher, the more they are getting better. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, it's not that they, because it's very difficult to get better in those moments. The
Correct.
more they are able to do what they takes them out from that situation. So when you start to, it's like now. So you are at home and you don't want to get infected, but the more opportunities you're gonna have, you training, you do things. So when you come out, and then
It'll
you
be
will
better.
look for the fight. You will look for what you love, and you love to play. So you will go there and play. And they were asking me the other day, what is gonna happen now? I said, well, this is gonna be very interesting because the people is gonna realize what they love, and they're gonna value what they had. So everyone that is gonna go to the court is gonna be like a battle of lions. So this is
It's going to be
like
tough,
what.
no? Yeah, when they
Well,
come back.
but it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be so good because everyone is gonna give that 300%.
Because they have no other option now. Because they're all stuck
Well,
at home.
and they
And then
realize
now,
how fortunate they are and how much and now they're gonna be missing what they love, and it's not about the winning or about what you do. It's about what you miss the most is this essence of the way of
correct.
living that you prepare for something and then you go to the fight and then you do it, and then you're gonna use more your weapons and you're gonna be better
It's going
placed
to
to be
be
able
like
to
a
be
very
there.
strong, yeah. I know what
It's,
you're saying.
it's like you're gonna be like the ultimate warriors. The more the warrior you become, the more success you're gonna have because you're gonna accept the adversity and the resilience. But for
Tough
that you
goals,
needed strong goals. So what are your goals at the moment? What are you dreaming now for?
No, sir. I just like you said, I want to like get into the top 100 in the next 1 year from when we start playing, and
But don't
I'm
look for don't look for a result goal. So
okay
you have to look
on the
for,
game
for
on the game.
no, you have to look for a personal goal that is going to
Personal goal.
allow you to be there. So we were talking about weaknesses. So
Yeah,
if you become what you have,
yeah,
like for example, if you really become the Ramkumar that you have inside that loves the game so much, and you
yeah.
put the things together on the tennis
Tennis
side,
court.
on the
Yeah,
tactical side, on the physical, and on the mental side.
yeah.
So you say, okay, I'm gonna give my best, or I'm gonna fight the hardest to become the best that I can become, or the ultimate warrior, and I'm not gonna complain. Like the things that they bother you. So on the matches, to be able to arrive to a possible goal on
No,
whatever it is, win matches on nationals or ranking or so. I think that the goal has to come from inside you.
say okay, okay. I
And
get
then
what
and
you're
then
saying.
and then that's gonna be the driver, because you
That's
wanna
going to
put the
push you in
passion.
the tough times, and there's going to be one thing which is always like it's there.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and it's like at this time. So what you do, like what is important for you? So you say my family is very
I
important. So
know,
now
I know,
now you
I know what.
now you strengthen because you are with your family, you're helping them and you're enjoying them and so on. So you have to find and if it's a
Something
strength,
from
you have to
inside.
put
Yeah,
it on the
yeah, yeah.
court.
Correct. I know what you're saying. Yeah. So that's. I think. Yeah. So that's. But those tough times, like when I had in Sanchez, or while playing tournaments, losing match after match, on those futures, that's actually made me stronger. And you know and then the transition from future to challenger, when I played those 2 years, oof, I was losing every match. So yeah, like you said, it has to come from inside, and it's something like for me to play a lot of tournaments is like what I really love. And like you said, I also feel that I have the game. And I you always have texted me, like try to compete every point when you play the match. Like sometimes I start after, like after 4 games is over, then I'm fighting. So those are small things which I've learned during these years. and I think I'm handling myself a little better the last few years, like on court, and I've been learning stuff, and I've been understanding the game more, because before, like when I was like till under 18, it was all about for me to fight, just put every ball in. I basically didn't know anything other than that. I used to serve, to fight, just not to try not to lose, But now I'm trying to, understand the way to get to the points, the way to get to the net. Like even on like slow clay courts, you say that if you cover the side, you can catch the volley. Like and then and then when I keep playing, like I realize it by myself. Like it's all about the one ball before is where it's going to lead you. So all these small details and also like side by side life and tennis. So I think I have to like manage it much better, like the timings, like I am doing pretty okay, but all these things is going to build me up, and that motivation, it should come from inside. And I've always been a fighter, but I have to like forget the past, like you say, and I have to keep
Yeah,
playing.
I think that you always were a great competitor inside you on the matches, but the training has been always your challenge, and the day to day. So they create a new habits. You remember when you came, you were 15 and you were so
Difficult.
skinny,
Uh,
and because of
uh,
your religion, you
Yeah,
didn't eat
you
any
said you
protein.
said eat fish, and then I'll be eating something. I'll be asking Sergi to make something, and then on the side,
And then
yeah,
it was
stick
a
to
big deal because you say,
yeah,
no, I cannot do that because my church and my dad and
yeah.
everybody, they're going to be
No, but I
disappointed.
eat
And
everything now. But yeah, that time I didn't. Yeah, but then I
we
slowly.
have to call
You gave
Carti.
me like remember tablets and this protein that 7 tablets, that sachet and everything. I still
Yeah,
remember.
but those are things that they have to put you in a position, because if you don't eat proteins, when you play with someone that is really strong, you are in disadvantage, and especially with a game like yours. And that's a small details, but every small habit, like you said, like to put the 100% in every time you go to the court, it's a challenge, because you maybe you do it one day, but then
Every
you
day
need to do it in 2-3 months,
in the
and then to
tough
create
time,
it
like you say, in
to,
the tough
to create
moment, you
it
have to do it.
continuously.
Correct.
And because you have a talent for this sport, and then when you put those things together, they reinforce you to be able to show what you are in the important moments.
Yeah.
And but I think in some way also, you have to review in your notebook, and in your notebook, not only for praying and for what you want. I think you
Actually,
have to
during these times, I'll show you the book. I have it here. One, two, the two books.
I have to send you the new one.
Yeah, it's
Since you
okay, no
didn't come
problem.
this year, we'll have the.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll send you the one
Okay.
2021 for you to
No,
keep
no, no.
writing.
I'll
But
take it.
but but it's, I think that those come from inside you. I think your expectations and your goals, your dreams, have to be the big drivers, through you, through what you are, and and
Yeah,
and 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 those little improvements that you're gonna make, I think they're gonna make you be
big
much
difference.
be much in place, and much better. and
Yeah, this
and
tennis practice you're saying is correct, sir. It's a battle for me. Like to play a match is easier, but I think the past few years I'm little better, but I think I should keep improving on that and become
so
better.
I remember when you were in Barcelona, and then you went to play I lose you. Maybe you touched no. Maybe you touched the
Yeah,
camera. Yeah.
sorry, sir.
So
Say
no
again.
problems. And I remember that you went to play the futures, and you were doing so well and doing so many in those futures. But every time that you were making the steps up to the challenges, and then you were going back, because it's like if you needed reinforcement of yourself with the winning and with the and you always had an issue with the funding. That if you were not making money, you always were getting very tight. So I remember when you called me that after some time and said, and you called me, sir, you had that bad loss in Chennai with the other Indian player. You were comfortable because you've been number one in India for a couple of years, and then suddenly there is this new Indian player beats you, and then your ranking is dropping to whatever 300. And you drop into 300, and you call me and say, I say, well, I don't know what happens now.
And we're all stuck. Start winning, you said. I said, okay.
No, but what I told you is that when you came here, what we did, we just went back to the fundamentals.
Basics, yeah.
We went back to fundamentals, but mainly on the physical, because if you improve the physical pillar, automatically the physical and the mental, they go attached together. So what's the mental? So when you think negative, you're gonna think positive. When you are discouraged, you're gonna be encouraged. So when you are in bad state, you're gonna be in good state. So the physical is gonna help you so much on the mental side. And then when you are good on the physical and mental, and then you are able to apply your technique and then do your tactics. So when you strengthen
we just went like, you know, you were taking me alone, feeding on one side, then the other side. I was hitting so many balls. Oh, I still remember those. After Australian Open, I came directly to Florida.
Yeah, you remember that we went. I said to you, you are not gonna play any more futures. You're only gonna play big tournaments.
Stop! You got pissed. I was in Paris after French Open. You remember that I was in the train station and I called you. It was like 1 hour. I was.
That's a bit later, but when I took you to those tournaments in Indian Wells and that I was traveling with Verdasco.
16, 17, yeah.
Yeah, and I was with Verdasco, and then you came with me. I said, "Don't worry, you will get in the qualies." And then you
said, "Don't worry, I'm 10 out. You come, you will get in." You said, and then I got
you didn't get in, and then I said 2 weeks, and then the Kiwis came another 2 weeks. You didn't get in, and then another tournament. You didn't get in. I said, "These guys gonna kill me." You remember you were there and you were practicing with those guys.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it was tough mentally, but because you were practicing tennis and physical and everything, and you improve your level.
Correct.
And you saw that you.
Yeah, I remember. Yes.
So then you went back to play some challenges, and then you did start to play well.
Yeah, in Tallahassee, I went, and then I went final. Yeah.
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 So that was a really good moment for you that you went up on the rankings the year after, and you build up your level. Correct. To be able, because and you start to have again the physical and the mental, the passion to be able to jump up.
I still remember I used to come with the calendar to your room, so I'll be thinking, okay, somehow I need to play futures, and you'll be like, play.
I didn't come. You know, I think there was a key moment for you when we were at there was the year after that you were almost there, and then you missed the French Open by a couple of spots, Wimbledon 1 spot, and in that moment, I think that everything you have done was very, in some way, overwhelmed you, and then you start to went back to play smaller tournaments, and then you start making some wrong decisions. Yeah. You didn't go to the Open, went to play this tournament in Asia for Asian Games, and because of the commitments. It's not only that you go there for one tournament, it's that one tournament, it makes you after even go down later. So you lose a lot of opportunities to be with the right level. It's not about the tournament itself, because you can play one tournament anywhere, you know. Okay. But then you went to China, and then you start to really have more difficulties. But last year you worked hard again, and you did better. So I was thinking that this year you were gonna jump up and do much better. But so tell us a bit about not only that Ramkumar that we are that we are used to. And then you said, okay, your father. So you talk about a fighter. You started the conversation telling that you were living. So you play tennis because of your was the dream of your father. So are you living your dream or are you living the dream of your father?
I am living my dream because I love what I'm doing. But what I was trying to say is, he wanted to play, but his parents couldn't, like, help him and support him for sports. So he put me in tennis and like, shuttle and stuff. But I really love tennis, and I took it up as a career, and that's how it all started. But I think, like, I told dad because, like, he's the one who put me in tennis first. So it all started there, like my dad and
Mm,
my mom, the support. That's what I meant to say, sir.
perfect. And
But so this, to make the decisions, like you say, I think I should be, like, to be better on making decisions, because always comes up, like, there are some things, which is very tricky, like on some tough situations. Like, I still remember there were a few tournaments which I had to play, and then it gets stuck because of a few other things. So I mean, I should be strong, much stronger. Like, I think I should improve on that area also, like you always say.
well, the decision, like when you take a decision, it strengthens you, even if it's the wrong decision. So the decisions make you do things. And when they are good, they are perfect because you make the right decision. But when you do the wrong decision, it's like playing a shot. So I play cross court. No, I decide to play down the line. So if I put it in, oh, I'm incredible because I played this incredible shot. But when I miss it, I said, well, I couldn't play this shot. So that gives you the experience. So
That's
the
true.
wrong decisions gives you the experience.
You learn from
And
it.
what
Correct.
the wrong, the experience is maturing.
Correct.
And there are some decisions that you have to go a bit more, I think, more with what you
Constant.
feel.
Okay. Okay.
Or
Okay.
the intuition that you have,
The
like
feeling,
it's
yeah, the
not,
gut.
yeah, you cannot let other ones make the decisions because when you're playing alone. And they are not,
That
we
inside,
are
the
not
feeling.
gonna, no one is gonna be there like
Okay.
to make those decisions to where
No,
to
but
play.
like coming to Sanchez, like Florida, is one thing. I have to thank you for giving that opportunity. But I really felt it. I needed that 4 or 5 weeks because I was lost those few months, and then thankfully, thank God, I came there, and then I was practicing morning, evening, and then I got the rhythm. Like, then I had that feeling when I was playing. Like, I was starting to that vibe was there when I was playing, so that changed it.
Yeah, but you have to. Tennis is so demanding that you have to have that all the year. So there was it was for me that moment it was key that you find someone you being a loner. So you
Okay,
being a
very true.
loner for so many years because of the funding situation
Mm.
and you didn't have the funding or the income and so on. So but it arrived one moment that you had to make the investment to have someone that you trust that helps you keep that you found here or there or with in some
But that is the thing,
situations.
sir. It was very tough for me. Uh, yes, there was a moment when I won the Newport, when I made final of Newport. Like, I had that prize money coming in, but it was very tough because I had to uh, like, okay, finding the coach is it's fine, like you can, like if I ask help of you or like anyone, we can do that. But it was a kind of a tricky situation for me because once I was starting to lose a few weeks, then I had pressure from this side, then that's
Yeah,
where
but
it all
Ramkumar,
started.
at the end,
Yeah,
that's the point,
makes you
okay?
stronger,
So
that's what you're saying.
why
That's
the
true.
150, 200 players in the world, the best ones, they all have someone that they trust, that they keep them on the motivation and they keep them going on the day to day. Why all of them have it?
Because it's very important, necessary.
Why you have been one of the few ones that have
Mm.
been by yourself,
Him coming
and
up
by
and down.
yourself Even if you want to do every day, and now it's
No
great
chance.
that you're pushing that, but so even if you want to do
Not,
the
yeah, no, I
fitness
know
and
what
so
you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
and the tennis, so it's tough. You know,
Exactly.
like
Yeah, yeah, I know, sir.
that's why the rest, the really good players, they have 4 or 5 people with them. They have the physio, the masseur, the coach, the second coach, the third coach, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
because they want, you know, like every
They
person
want to,
brings a bit. Yeah.
correct, correct.
So because alone is very difficult.
No, no, yes, sir. Last few years, yeah, John came few months with me last year, but again, this all started, and then it became tough. But I think that's a very important part, like because from now, it's not only about playing; it's also having like that is something I also believe in. Like the people around you is like that vibe is very important. That's what, like when you came to Cincinnati, like I mean, like you were warming me up before the Eubanks match. I mean, all these things were amazing. So when I have somebody like like you or somebody like that, like it really like I am in focus, but when you're alone, like you're saying, it's very tough. But if there is somebody to guide you like there, I mean, the focus doubles, and then
Yeah,
that's where
but
you start winning.
also that's you know yourself. So you know that the thing that you know your strengths on the match and your weaknesses. You know your strengths as a person and your weaknesses. So
When
if
I'm
you
alone,
are like kind of like I don't know like you need to be pushed to be able to go the extra mile because the 100 guys ahead of you they're doing the extra mile. They're finding the people to make them do that. So if you need to find a way that puts you in the same level and that you move along, even if it's tough, that's why I thought that in those moments that's when you have to make the decision. Now I need to push it. So I need to
no,
push
so
it really hard.
I actually took Juan because he was my coach in Sanchez, and
Yeah.
like I was traveling with him a lot, and that vibe was there. I was comfortable when he was traveling. So I mean,
But Ramkumar
yeah,
is
yeah.
not good enough to months.
2 3 months, not it should
Yeah,
be from like it
you're
should be 1 year
how long
at
is
least
your
to
year?
start.
How many months you
1 year,
play?
1 year, 12 months.
So you said 40 weeks. So if you
Yeah.
take 2 months one person, it's not gonna
No,
fix
you
it.
should have 1 year to, at
Well,
least, at least one
you
year.
need to do the cycles, the mini cycles to be able to get in shape. Because remember, a coach is gonna be good because he's gonna go work on the fundamentals. But if physically you are not good, and then you are not gonna be able to do what you do well in those
But
key moments.
also
The
the
other ten
coach
months.
will have to know like what I've been doing. Like now, if you just look 2 shots of me, you'll know if I'm doing the work or not doing the work. So I mean, this is also very important. When you have the coach with you. Like sometimes, like when I go, like I mean, it'll be a good coach, but even sometimes I feel like I mean, I don't see something which I see like when you're there.
Well,
Like
but
when you say
that's
when you just do this, nod your head. I know something is wrong, really. Like when you
yeah.
watch that
But
Donaldson match, it was like that.
But that's what you have to ask for yourself. And when you connect with one of the coaches and if you like Joan or whoever you're traveling, you have to find that situation where you see that wherever they're working is gonna
Like
be
Juan
helping
is
because
committed in the academy and stuff, so it was difficult also for him. So I mean, I need to find somebody like I mean, maybe
yeah
you
but
can help me out, sir, if there is
yeah
someone or
but
family.
that's very important that you are totally convinced and want to make the effort
No, it was
because
yeah. Like
mm,
after you're saying like the last 2 years before you've been saying this, you need to have somebody. You need to find that person. I know it's always on my mind, but it's just being here 2 months. Then no, then like I went to John like talking for 6 months, but then he also was stealing a little bit. Like he was not in the academy. He has to because he's the person who was in charge. So it became kind of tricky. So he started putting his commitments. So he said, I can come 2 weeks, but I don't know about 2 months. Then I can come then it
uh,
it is a it
but
breaks off.
Yeah, but remember that for you it's your career, and whoever situation you want to look, if he can only come 2 weeks and you like that, if when he's not there, you have to have someone else to keep that going.
Back, correct.
You know, or the same, like in whatever situation you are, and because you know yourself, so you know, and it cannot, you cannot accept, it's not good enough, even if you are 100 or something. The question is here, it is, okay, is this the best Ramkumar that there has been during the last? Is this the best Ramkumar that possible that has been playing the last 10 years? Or there is some Ramkumar that we never saw, And
But
what
with the
I need,
coach, yeah, correct, sir.
what I need to do to show during continuously for a year or 2 years,
You
the
need
best
someone.
of me. On
You're
the
right, sir.
technical, on the tactical, but the main one on the physical, that is attached to the mental. So are you willing to make that commitment
Yeah.
and that
No,
effort?
I am, sir, willing to make that commitment. The thing is, like, you are extremely on the dot. Like, that is very important, because when I'm alone, even if I want to do a few things, something stops, and then I'm like, okay, done, we are done. I just make a few things and then I go off the court. But when there is somebody, I am playing that 1 hour, I am doing that band, I am doing that, I am drinking my shake, if I, and then it adds up on that 5%, that 55%, So it's
Yeah.
like, it's exactly.
So at the end, you have to feel that this is the higher the level, the more better state you need, and then when you are up there with that level, and then you really can compete. But for that, you need to do it. You need to create a habit, and you create a habit in the practice. And you've
Yeah.
been practicing with really good players. You saw the commitment that they have on the court.
Yeah,
You
yes,
show,
yes.
you've
Yeah,
seen that
yeah.
that you play with a player on the tour when you're gonna practice, and they push you every ball.
Yeah, it's like coming fast, so fast. Yeah, but that's what I
Yeah,
need.
but how much of that you do to the other ones?
That
You know,
is
like
less, less.
so you
Yeah.
need to adapt towards that to be able to show really what. And sometimes when you are from a big country like you are from India, tennis, how is tennis there? So and then you are number one, you are in Davis Cup, you are on TV, you are here, you are a celebrity. It becomes tough to be able to have that mentality, to be able to work and to
Correct,
be
sir.
humble and go to Proste job and
Correct.
Caltagirone
Many
and to
places.
play
Yeah,
a small tournament or something to be
yeah.
able to build it up, and or to go to a small tournament in Mexico or in South America to be able to take
Small
the
places.
point,
Yeah. Correct.
So it confuses, like when we are very busy, it confuses, and excuses is very, they are betray us. They betrayed us because we okay.
Waiting for Emilio to join in here. Yeah.
Emilio is gonna be with us.
There we go.
Yeah. Perfect.
So
Sir,
now,
you're
now
on
you
my
are
line. You're
now
on
you
my
are the
line.
big boss.
No, you are always the big boss. I'm just putting on my line. Yeah.
No problem. I love to see that you wearing
Yeah.
the
Casper.
the Casper
Yeah.
t-shirt,
Yeah.
and his dad
Yeah.
every 7th of the month puts a
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
from let me make a picture from this.
That's
Yeah,
the
the number
seven.
7 from
Yeah.
Casper.
I
Yeah,
can
but
take a screenshot, sir. Don't worry.
okay, and then you send it to me that you see there, that we can see the Casper there.
Okay.
Let me see.
Perfect.
And then,
Maybe you can take it, sir, because you can see me from the back. I cannot take a.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Today he posted a very nice. His Instagram is Goyo slash We Are All Casper, and every 7th of the month he posts a picture. And today he put one with his son with a T-shirt, and it's
Wow, today's
it's
7th. Yeah, it's true.
yeah, yeah, and we still remember him. And actually, we were gonna do this one tournament this year over there on the Casper Tour, because the foundation, my foundation, made this little
Yeah,
circuit
yeah.
where
Wheelchair, everything, sir. I follow that. Yeah.
yeah, and so we've been doing about 10 tournaments, 5 in the US, 5 in Spain, and 1 in China. So this year, since we were gonna start a project there in India, we were gonna be partnering with one school to do a tennis facility there in Hyderabad.
You have told me about this.
Yeah, we wanted to put this Casper tour, but we'll have to wait until 2021 for that. But it will come soon.
Okay.
Good,
Yeah,
but I
but
say hello to
it's a
the
great
father.
thing
He'll be
which you have
happy.
done, sir. After, yeah. Sir, yeah, I remember he was there with us in Madrid during that Madrid Open, and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's nice. But so tell us a bit more about all these charities and that raising funding that you been doing.
So there's a friend of mine called Arjun, and then he's trying to raise like some money, or for the basic needs for for the poor people during these tough times. So yeah, we've been trying to help wherever I can, and also there is this fundraiser. It's called Keto. So it's for the kids who are very poor, and so we put in some money in that, and I sent like 10,000, like $150 I sent towards that, and so it's been during these tough times. I mean, it's I think we all should be together, and we should help each other, and that is how we will fight this tough times. That's
Yeah. What touches you the most from these times? Comes makes you come the best from you out.
I would say like you have the humanity, being humble, and giving, helping, others. I think that's the most important thing, which I've learned. Always try to, even if it's tough, try to, take always the positives, and try to be nice, and just be grateful for where you are at right now, because there's so many people who are struggling without anything, and yeah, just be thankful for everything you have so far in life. Don't regret anything. Everyone has come from the scratch. When I was in Sánchez, when I came in 15 years, I had no points, nothing. I was just playing Montes, Catalanas. I didn't know that I would at least come to this ranking, at least 111.
Mm.
But yeah, so I would just say to everyone, keep believing, in your journey, and and keep working hard, and one day, the dreams will come true. During these tough times is when you push. When there is a day which is tough, when you feel lazy of not going to play, I think those are the days, when you play your worst tennis. Those matches, you try to. The good players, you always say they win those matches. So I mean, so the important thing is not to be playing when you're playing good. It's always when you're playing bad, you have to find a way. Even in life, when if I put myself as an example, for me to find somebody to travel, and to manage with my parents, and to find a coach, it's always been a struggle, and so, but I've been trying to improve. So I think everyone does mistakes. Like even I played so many futures when I was like 2, 3 years back, and then you kept saying, but then I didn't realize it. But slowly I started realizing it, and then when I played challengers, I started winning. So I mean, the people who you respect, you really have to put the belief in them. I think that's the key. Like, every word you say, like to me before the match, like, I called you before the Silic match. I mean, you just said, play your game, and then you asked me about our things. It was like 5 minutes before the match, literally. I called, and I was thinking it was going to, like, it was for my player, it was one set, and second set, it was on serve when I called. And I thought he was going to win. So I called, and then it became 3 sets, and he lost the match. So, and then, yeah, so yeah, I mean, all these words, from you, like, thank you so much, sir. Like, really, for all
No,
what you've
thank
done
you.
for me.
No,
And
it's been. I
Sanchez,
think it's
what
been.
Sanchez has done to me, I mean, it's like, it's amazing. Like, it's been like a family to me. Whenever I go, like, I'm saying this from my heart, like, no, I'm
Thank
not
you.
even thinking, yeah.
Well, for us, you've
Yeah.
been very, very important because you are from a very, let's say, young tennis country. India has always had, in my time, the Krishnans and the Amritraj and whatever. It's always had good players, but in general, let's say the tennis explosion, I think, in India came the last 10, 15 years
Correct.
and 20 years. And when you start to build more clubs and they start to be more open and more
Correct.
the middle class starts to grow, and then there is more people able to play. But so you've been a student in Sanchez Casal and at 14 and
I've gone to
we have
Spanish
met.
classes. Did you know that? In Sanchez, in Barcelona?
Yeah. So when you are become a mirror, because you become important for like mirror for and like someone to look at for the kids in the academy. We always talk about you and show videos and everything, and so what you will tell them, like if you will have the chance to talk to them, what you will tell them as your experience as a 14-year-old, for them to take advantage from what they're doing, because it's tough, to do the studies and the Spanish
Very
and
tough,
this
very
and
tough.
that. So what you will tell them?
I mean, to be good in life, like you have to, go through the struggles. I mean, the struggles is what makes you very strong. I think, every one of them who's in Sanchez they're really gifted to be there because it's an amazing academy, everything, the setup and everything, and they take care of you very well. But for the kids, like you asked, I think it's all about, pushing them every day. They have to realize that, they have to do what they love. Like you said, it has to come within. Like, I think these kids who are there, they should understand the value of, what they've got, the parents have sacrificed, and then they have to like really uh, work hard, push themselves. Even if they lose every week, it doesn't matter. I think
So
it's
how, how,
real.
how you will tell them that, for
No,
them to, because
I
you
would,
are an example for them. So
yeah, yeah.
how you will convince them to do that?
I would say, like if I would put myself as an example, and I would tell them, look, listen, kids, I had 0 points. I came when I was 14 to 15 to Sanchez, and then I stayed here. I went through. It was not easy with my parents, staying away from home. I was struggling with the food, and then the academy is trying to help me out. I was struggling with the practice. I was sad, and then after the practices, the first few weeks, I was missing my family. It was tough, but I think I would say like life, shows you many things. Like you travel, you explore many things. Good when good thing happens, nothing is it's all is good. But when the bad thing happens is when you really like find yourself, like you explore, discover what to do. I'll be sitting in the evenings, like most of the times in Sanchez, like near the clay courts, we're having a cup of tea. I'll be thinking so many things, like it just keeps coming in my mind. And I think uh, to all the kids, I mean, anything is possible. It's all about work and just persevering and just believing in your goals and listening to your coaches, the people who you believe in a lot. Having a good set of people around you, can be family, can be your best friend. I mean, all these things really help you when you're on court. If you have a bad mood when you're playing on court, you cannot play. Like, you cannot do anything. So it's the same with tennis. So I think you should surround yourself with a good with a like a Sánchez family. Like, you can ask help to any coaches anytime when you feel down. I think you should use all of them, and then you all of you are very happy to help them. So I think it's all about it's all about, like, connecting with everyone, uh, trying to learn, keep learning, keep pushing, like respecting the coaches. Like, when you feel bad, when you don't want to play, when you're sleeping in the bungalow, it's the player who's losing. The coaches know it, but the player, it takes a while to realize it. Like, when you're 14, they don't know it. But small advice, if I have to give them, I think they should, like, really, like, believe in the coaches, believe in the academy, believe in the setup, and then just keep doing it. I mean, don't think twice. Like, don't think like, no, what is he saying? Like, I mean, I'm doing what I want. It should not be like that. The respect should be there. If there is no respect, then it's not possible.
So if you close the eyes and have to define ASC in like 3 words, like what you will say about ASC, like in 3 words, like 3 values, 3 Ds, 3 dots, or whatever comes to your mind. ASC.
Family, positivity, and it's given me everything.
Okay, thank you. And if you have like now that you become a person, let's say a character in India. So many times when we play, we become famous, and we become famous. And we like that the people see us and talk about us, and we are in the paper, in the TV, and this. So, but we are not conscious of the importance that we have, and what we become, and because you become a role model for many people. So what Ramkumar wants to inspire others, in what you want to inspire others, since you become such an important person in your country?
I think we started this core workout group just because, like, we also work on it, but it's also for the juniors to see that anything is possible. It's not that it's impossible. Like sometimes even when I play a match, like when I play a better player or something, there's always a self-doubt. Oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? So what I would say is, when you play a match, anything can happen. Like, you can win against anybody, you can lose against anybody, but it's like, you try to teach what you have learned. Like, whatever I've learned in Sánchez, I try to tell it to my friends. Like, when there is a chance, if somebody asks me about it, I try to share it. Like, the words you have told. Like, I did a interview like this with one of the Indian Tennis Daily sometime back. So I always had my diaries, written so many things of what you said. So I was going through that, and then I found so many things. So I just had, it was in my mind, but those words were like really helped me to. Yeah.
I thank you a lot for all these kind words.
Yeah.
But I want to that you realize that how important is what you do, or how you express yourself, what type of energy you put on things, so when I think on those super champions, like Nadal, for example, is like the ultimate warrior. So what I take from him is that he's not gonna leave 1 point away, and that he is very much into it, and he's very respect. Like what I would like you to understand is that you are capable with your behavior and your state and the way you show yourself on the court to change people. And not many people has that opportunity because they want to become Ramkumar. So be aware that whatever you're doing on the court when in those situations when you are in Davis Cup, in TV and so it's affecting many people. And when you are in a practice in Chennai and the juniors come to see you, and it's not about, at the end, it's not about talking, it's about showing who you are and showing the real Ramkumar and showing that in training is gonna take every ball in and every ball is fighting. Like you started saying, no, I'm a fighter. So I think this fighter has to be there and in whatever you do. And because this is what the people is gonna feel. This is what they're gonna learn.
And you started talking about change for the upcoming.
The fighter, he has to be there when things don't go well. When fighter is started, he has to also perform. But you have to.
See that, and then they take it. Correct.
Yeah. So I think the strongest legacy from a champion who makes a difference is what the people see in them.
Correct, sir.
And how much people it wants to be like you. And that's, I think, the biggest gift that you can have, because you can change many kids' lives if they want to be like you. Correct. It's not that they admire you or they like you. It's like they want to be you.
I know.
And that is a responsibility as well, because you really want to use that for the good on you and for the motivation and when you are sometimes losing a match, just play for everyone. You play for your country, you play for your people, you play for India. You need to play for someone, and that is gonna and you have so much
that drive,
good, so much good inside you that I think it can really make you show what you really have. Yeah.
That's very true.
And I thank you so much for the time and for all this showing apart from you, that because it's very important to come out from your comfort zone to understand what you need, and then there is this other area where it's difficulty, because we are very difficult to go to this area of fear or to go out from the comfort zone. Oh, let's go to play challenges. I have so much fear. I'm gonna lose, not make money, be bankrupt, and so. But then when you show that you can do it, and then you just do it. And the same with the bigger tournaments. So you just have to be in the best state to be able to show as well up there what you can and you cannot do. And then everything will flow, and then it's gonna be much easier.
So, but I would want to, really say when I think I should again come to Florida for a few weeks and again do the basics, because I think that is God is going to build me up for the big tournaments. After
it was a pity. It was a pity when you called me in February that you were gonna come and you had to go home and then you couldn't fly anymore. Because you will be these 3 months now, you will be like a beast already. You will be like cool.
with Derek and everyone there, and with you.
But the thing is that everybody is being in the same situation as you. So it's not like you get injured, you are 1 year out, and then everybody else is being playing. No one has been playing. So you are all guys in the same situation. So now you're gonna have some time to get in rhythm and in shape. And then we'll see if there is any more tournaments through this year. And
but
then
what are things I should do apart from this fitness? What do you think, sir? Some visualization or something. What do you really think?
Well, the more analysis you do from your game and from the game from the others, and the more you get
Watch
into
matches.
like a competition state and analyze well what happened, and see exactly how the length and the depth and how much they inside the court, how much they open the court, all those things, they're gonna help you to be able to grow and to be ready up there, and just keep working on your strength, and on your dream. I think the goal that we talk about is the key, and then you're gonna be fine.
So, but I mean, I have to thank you all, like thank the Sanchez family once again for everything. So, like, there are
Well,
no words.
I'm sure that all the team in Spain that we having a lot of difficulties, they will be very glad, and also here in Florida, everybody loves you, and I'm sure that they'd be so happy to have you around there as well, and
Yes, sir,
here.
sure. I think I should, yeah, I will keep coming back. And regarding this coach and everything, we will surely, if you could help me, it'll be great. And hopefully, to chase my dreams, thanks for being always there. Like,
So,
you're one text away. Like, you always help me. Whenever I call you, whenever I'm in trouble, like, like I look up to you as a person, like really. And, I hope this relation between us goes all the way, not only when I'm as a tennis player, but, I really, thank you, and Simona, everyone, I mean, everyone.
thank you so much.
Yeah,
And we love you, and we
once
hope that
again,
to see you soon, and we can
start
find
practice
ways for
again.
you to
Yes, sir.
to go where you
up.
want. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you to you as well. And Ramkumar, you've been great. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.